As one of the most underrated things you can do to actually Looksmax is to get your health indicators in place. You have to be getting your supplements. It's been more of a recent craze for me, 100%, but here are a few of the supplements I've been taking throughout a day-to-day basis to really maximize my health indicators and automatically help me Looksmax even more, because your health is the basis of anything you want to do to improve your looks, physique, frame, mood, everything, testosterone even. So right off rip, you have to start with Clay's special slurry. So you're gonna wake up in the morning with an empty stomach, and this one thing that I'm about to show you can really help with your gut health. I've made a few videos on it, and you're gonna have to be a man about this because it is pretty disgusting, but trust me, it works like a charm. Take some warm water, put a little turmeric and black pepper. The reason why you're putting black pepper with the turmeric, it's kind of supplemental. The black pepper actually helps with turmeric absorption. And you put a spoonful of ginger, freshly grated, get the paste, whatever works for you. Then you're gonna follow it with some apple cider vinegar. I know it sounds disgusting, but trust me, this actually has helped me get a flat stomach, deload in the morning, and it really burns my throat and gut, but in a good way. Like, it soothes me in the morning. That's why I've been taking it for the last few weeks. It's got rid of my sicknesses. I got the Looksmax virus from AK Pilled, and I've had stomach aches in the past, but ever since I started drinking this daily, it really has helped with my overall day. Try this and do this daily for the next few weeks, and your gut is going to thank you. And on top of this, on the empty stomach, I do take 2 ginger pills because there's no such thing as a lot of ginger. However, it is optional because a lot of people do get nauseous. I don't personally, so it is good for me, but it really just depends on you. I like to work out in the morning because I cannot take caffeine past 12 o'clock because I get anxious, jittery, whatever it is. So the next step in my day-to-day is the pills and supplements I take for my workout. I take a high stim pre-workout. I don't recommend it, but I really need it if I really want to push a lot of weight. It is dependent person to person. It works for me, but just find some sort of caffeine because the main source that's going to give you energy is caffeine. I don't recommend to take caffeine every day, but take it on days that you're working out. So if you're doing every other day split, take the caffeine on the days you're working out and don't take caffeine on the days you're not working out, because 1, you're not going to get addicted, and 2, it's going to make the days you take caffeine feel so much better because you are detoxing it. Now we're going to be talking about some other supplements I take within the pre-workout. One thing I would recommend to get a better pump, and this is solely for ego and for me filming, I like to take L-citrulline pills before I work out, and this has helped with my blood flow and my pumps. Another thing you can do is maximizing your nitric oxides. I take something like beetroot powder. A lot of blood flow, gets you in the mood, may get you in other moods as well if you know what I'm talking about, but really it does help you with blood flow. Before I work out, I do get my pre-workout carbs, and I like to take berberine before that. I'm still learning the ropes, but from what I know berberine helps with carb digestion and really helping me use the carbs as energy for my workout. I really don't know the before and after because I haven't tested it for too long, but I've been taking it for the last few weeks and it has helped me, I guess, use the carbs as energy. Also, after I consume carbs, I have genetic diabetes and I really want to prevent it because I want to be that generation that actually skips it. So I take berberine to really help calm down the blood sugar spikes after you eat carbs, calm down the insulin. Basic stuff, basic health indicators. Not really related to Looksmaxing, but it is helping another thing, I guess. So now you finish your workout, and the next step is to get your essential vitamins, and this is the big 2. It is D3 and K2. I like to not take it on an empty stomach because they are fat soluble, which means that if you take it with a meal that contains a healthy fat like avocados or eggs, the absorption of vitamin D3 is going to be absolutely insane. And you really want to take this with K2 because when you pair it with K2, not only are you helping your vitamin D3 absorb calcium in other parts, but you're preventing it from reaching your arteries because you only want the calcium to go to your bones and your teeth because that is what's going to give you the bone mass that everyone wants. So if you really want to maximize your bone mass as an Indian individual or any individual for that matter, really take your vitamin D3 and K2 because the calcium absorption to your bones is going to be absolutely insane. And you take the K2 because it's kind of like a cartographer, you know, it directs you which parts to go to. It'll tell you to go to your bones, it'll tell you to go to your teeth. Now we're moving on to the rest of the day. I have nothing crazy in between because I just started with this whole supplement arc, I guess. I'm still learning the ropes and I'm still adding new things or removing new things, but until night, I'm not taking anything. But now it is time to sleep, or a few hours before I sleep. So what do I take? Other than D3 and K2, the most important supplement you have to be taking to ascend in Looksmax as a brown individual is magnesium glycinate. What magnesium glycinate does is that it helps with sleep, helps with recovery, and it is just one of the things that most diets lack. You have assuming you're lacking in your magnesium. If you really want to check, I recommend getting a blood test panel. I'm about to get mine to see what I have to take in order to really max out my health indicators. That's the first step of anything. You have to get your blood done to see where you're lacking or where you're really high so you know what to do and what to take specifically to actually ascend your health indicators. The other good thing about magnesium glycinate is that it helps with my REM sleep. You know what that sleep is. It's a sleep that actually helps you recover. It really just helps with my anxiety overall. I tend to get stressed out at night. If I take caffeine too late in the day, I really get really pumped up, anxious, you know, the jitters. So magnesium glycinate just really helps calming me down. And this next part is optional, but I've also been taking ashwagandha because what ashwagandha does is that it actually lowers my cortisol. You know, you're not going to text your situationship relationship. You're not going to beg for her to call you back. You're not going to do anything crazy because ashwagandha gets you in this very stoic mindset where you're not going to care what others think. You just want to chill out and be zen. I'm not listing thousands of different supplements. This is just the best start. If you had to start with 3, I would say D3 and K2 and magnesium glycinate, and also add some fish oils and omega-3s in there as well. These are just going to help you overall get the best base to actually ascend in Looksmax because you are maximizing your health. Remember, health is the baseline, and all the other cosmetics and products, that just is the cherry on top. So let me know if this works for you, and remember, we are maximizing our health in 2026, and follow for more tips to ascend as brown individuals.